Hi, this is a special edition about what I've learned about being a YouTuber. So, you may think it's all fun and games, and some people are really good at making exciting and interesting, entertaining videos. Not so much me. I'm more into sharing information, and I'm not good at editing, and I don't enjoy editing at all. In fact, I find it extremely tedious and time consuming, and I just don't seem to have enough time in my life. But I gotta stay on topic here. What I've learned is that when you get to a certain level of popularity on YouTube, and I have not reached that for obvious reasons, you will start to gain the attention of individuals and companies with lots of money. And they will offer you large sums of money just to do a video or two or three. They might offer you a contract, they might not. It kind of depends on what their motives are and how far under the radar what you're doing for them is going to be. But let's just say that some of the people that approach influencers, as they're now called, have very nefarious goals in mind, and others are just trying to promote their products or services and using an influencer that's relevant to their industry. Gosh darn it, that lawnmower is really noisy. Right, so the first category will be just manufacturers and service providers, and they see, oh, you're an expert or you're famous or whatever in the field that they work in. And so they'll approach you and offer you money on a one-time basis or a repeat basis in order to get their product or service to a wider audience than they can do on their own. And so, that's usually going to be legitimate. Now, what happens with some influencers is they do not announce that they're being paid by the company, and they don't say this is our sponsor. They don't say this is an advertisement or anything like that. They just promote it as if they have evaluated it carefully and are speaking not as a representative of the company, but as somebody who really knows whether or not this is a good company to get involved with. So in those cases, that is technically, I believe, at least in America, illegal. You have to declare on YouTube and other places if you are actually advertising for a company, if you've been paid to do this for them. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. So there are the two sides of the coin. One side is legal advertising, and the other side is hidden advertising, and the latter is a problem because it makes people believe that the product or service that you're offering has been vetted or evaluated by you, and you're giving a qualified, informed opinion about it rather than just, oh, they paid me money, I'll say whatever they want me to say. That is probably the least problematic of the way influencers allow themselves to be used by companies in return for mucho dinero, which means much money in Spanish. The second one is where companies will hire you and they don't want anybody to know that you have a working relationship with them. It may be a one-off, it may be repeated again, but they want everyone to believe that you're not speaking on their behalf, but that you are a reviewer, for example. And that obviously is not legal. The next example is that there will be unscrupulous people that will approach you and ask you to promote what they're selling in a fashion in which suggests either you have direct involvement and therefore a great deal of knowledge, or you have evaluated it and are confident about it and trust the people who are doing it and stuff like that, when in fact it's actually a scam. And this has been happening for years now in the cryptocurrency and NFT arenas, because they're fairly unregulated and it's very easy to trick people, especially when you get a famous person coming forward and saying, hey, you should invest in this because it's really rock solid, it's going to be around forever. And then, they do what's called a rug pull, where the people who made the business, some or all of them, run off with the money. I don't want to name any names because, but I will refer you to people like CoffeeZilla, who does excellent exposés of companies like that. But yeah, you can get really, really rich by trading or prostituting yourself, I guess would be more accurate, for money, without regard to whether what you're involved in is legal or not, whether or you have evaluated it or not, or any other factors. You're just taking your popularity and abusing it and abusing your followers. And there are so many YouTubers and TikTokers and so on that have done this, that it's just insane. And the worst part of it is just like with religious figures who take advantage of their followers. These people are taking advantage of their followers, and when they get caught with their pants down, so to speak, or sometimes literally, they apologize, and I didn't mean it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And others are just like, yeah, you know what? Here's the bird. Yeah. And then they do it again. And they apologize again. Oh, I'm so sorry. And they do it again. And it's just like, why people continue to trust them is just totally beyond me. I mean, we have this saying in English: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So if you've been fooled by the same influencer twice, you're just being a fool because you didn't get the message the first time. Now, here's the interesting thing about it. Some influencers will actually claim innocence up until the last minute when they're convicted. And some of them will continue to claim innocence even when the evidence is immense, like Sam, whatever his name, that jerk off that had that giant cryptocurrency scam set up. But then there are some of the influencers, when they're still kind of small, before they've gotten to the level where people want to pay them, they'll say, you know what, I'm never going to sell out. I'm always going to be real with you. I'm always going to tell you the truth. And then they'll sell out, and they'll lie to you. And then there are other ones who will actually say, and this kind of reminds me of that one old politician on the Democrats Party who says, if I don't win, whoever I side with, don't vote for them. And then people still vote. And I'm not going to name his name, but people continue, they see he's siding with a person and they think, oh, that's an endorsement, and when in fact he's trying to signal, stay away from this person. I mean, that happened with Hillary Clinton, if you know who I'm talking about. He's got white hair, by the way. So there are others who will actually tell you right straight up front, one of these days I'll probably rip you guys off. Ha 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 ha. And so people don't take him seriously, and then he rips, or she rips them off. So that's what I've learned. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have a very strong moral compass. I'm very ethical. And working at companies like where I work now that are very unethical really bothers me. I'm not going to sell out. And that may mean that I'll never have a lot of money. So I may never have a lot of money, but that is my choice. I'm not going to take influence from companies to falsely promote things. If I promote something, it's because I believe in it. If I make a mistake, That's my fault because I didn't do enough due diligence in researching it thoroughly, or I didn't know enough to research it thoroughly. But you really need to be careful, because what I've learned is there are a lot of people out there that will sell themselves to get rich. Millions, in some cases even millions. So just when you're following somebody and listening to their advice, when they start suggesting products and services, be careful. Do your research. And if it sounds too good to be true, especially when it comes to investing, it probably is. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.